Good morning, traders. This is a live trade recap. I took 3 trades this morning, all with Webull 5.0 between 9:30 and 10. We're going to go over everything that happened. I have it all on video. As always, I start with my screener. So right now I'm using the customized page. I set this screener up a few days ago and made a video showing you how to do that. And basically, there are 3 criteria that must be met in order for the stocks to go on my watch list. And that is that they must be in the active top volume. So these are 20 stocks that are trading with the most volume out of all stocks that are trading. So they have to be in that top 20 list. Then they also have to be a top gainer. So I'm looking for the stocks that are going up. The percent change is going up. It's positive or green. And obviously the bigger numbers, because if you look at the top gainers list, the bottom top gainer is 10.5. So right now I wouldn't look at anything less than that. So, and then I would click on it like Metx and see that, okay, the float size is 27.5 million shares. That meets my criteria of 100 million or less. And then I will look at it, make sure that it's on the top gainers list. So I just kind of go down the list and do that. So let's look at the video and you'll see what stocks that I put on the stocks page here and that I traded. So SPXL, there's a swing trade I'm in. That's up there just in case the thing kind of flushed at the open and I need to move my stop up to the appropriate position, which would be wherever the 50 MA is today. But that didn't happen, so I could leave that alone and focus on my day trading. So METX went up on the list and Envb as well. And I marked out their previous high. Looking back, METX was probably not as good as it appeared to be based on the screener criteria. And I'll show you why in just a second here when I scale out. Yeah, so here you could see it very easily. METX basically, just gapped up immediately at around 8:30 out of nowhere and then just went sideways. If you look at the previous day, it just traded sideways. So what do you think it's likely to do today? Trade sideways. It's probably trade sideways or sell off, because obviously there's people that have been holding this stock for a while and they're going to notice, hey, this thing gapped up and it's not really continuing higher, so let me just take the money I can and get out. So based on that, I probably should not have taken a trade, but at this point, there's nothing in my trade plan that says not to, because it met all of the other criteria and it was trading above the previous high. So I did take a trade on it, and you'll see the results of that in a second, but there were other trades. So Anvs is also trading through its previous high, above its previous high, and it had a pullback on this second candle. So now I'm just waiting for the candle, a 1-minute candle, to break that level, the $40 level. It does right there. At that moment, I was looking at Envb, but you can see I just moved my cursor over to the Anvs chart and realized what had happened. And I noticed the price was kind of coming back down near my entry, so I triggered my hotkeys to get in. And my ideal entry would have been $40.01. And I got $40.31, which sounds like a huge amount of slippage, but it really isn't. 40 cents would be 1% slippage. So I'm at like 0.75% slippage there. And if you think about, if you're trading like a dollar stock and your ideal entry is $1 and you get in at $1.01, that is 1% slippage, right? So that gives you an idea. This is even less than that. So it's not as much slippage as you might think. And then I moved my stop loss up kind of to the rough area. I didn't get to kind of pinpoint it because I was looking for entries on Envb, but I got it close, visually. That way, if it flushed down, I'm not taking too big of a hit. So even though I'm only test trading with 1 share right now, trading a stock that expensive could lead to, a relatively large loss compared to these cheaper stocks. So definitely want to get that stop loss up to at least close to where you want to be. And then here you can see I just used my 2-hour calculator to calculate the 2-hour profit target, and I finally moved my stop loss up to the appropriate place because it seemed like a good time. Like this thing was just kind of chopping around. So that's all set. And once I move this profit target down, this trade is all set to go. I don't have to do anything, and I could just let it go and it'll take care of itself. And you might have noticed, I don't think I did at that point, but it's in suspension right now. So It's really good to have those bracket orders out when these stocks are in suspension because they can be pretty wild coming out. And yeah, sometimes you get stopped out because they flush down, but still it's better to play these safe. And then I missed the Envb trade while I was looking at that. So, but again, the price is starting to come back down near where my desired entry is. And obviously the profit target has not been hit yet, the would-be profit target. So I go ahead and take an entry, and I get filled at 287. I think my ideal entry was like 285 or something like that, 284 maybe. So again, like 3 cents higher on a $3 stock. That's about 1%. So not that big a deal. And you see the thing is like running up right away. So obviously it was there was a lot of energy behind it. And then I'm moving my profit target to the appropriate level. This trade did not take very long at all there. It's already at 303. Chopping around. There, gets filled at 305, exactly where I want to. And now I'm looking for, so I just missed an entry on Metx because it broke above this candle. So that would have been one entry. And I think kind of the same thing happens here. I'm just a little bit out of it today, to be honest with you. I had pretty difficult day yesterday doing some work on my car, really, and just felt like I got run over afterwards. I mean, I had a ton of stuff to do on it, and I don't know if you guys are handy or anything like that, but you know, sometimes you feel like you've gotten run over by your own car after you're done working on it. So anyway, let's see, get back to these trades. All right, so here we go. Metx. So what I'm trying to do is catch the price coming back down. Obviously, it didn't hit my 2-hour profit target yet, which was like 173, I think. So that's one of my kind of methods, is that if my profit target hasn't been hit, and obviously the stop loss hasn't been hit, that I can catch it on the way back down. So that's what I did. And then there were some weird issues where those little bubbles didn't print on the screen right away. So it looked like I only had a stop loss up there, so I canceled it. And then I just put it in manually. You'll see me do that in just a second. So there, I use the 2-hour calculator again. Now that I have my profit target and stop loss, I enter it in. It was set to percent, so you just switch it to dollars. And this is a left click on the bubble to get this screen to pop up. Left click, and then you select close buy, stop loss, take profit. And there we go. Now I have my bracket order out for that trade. So now everything is fully automated. You can see right now these two trades are going against me. Oh no, sorry. This is one trade. I told you I'm out of it. I wanted to get the what were we looking at before? Envb. I wanted to get that off of my charts page just so I didn't accidentally take a trade or forget that I've already taken a trade on it or whatever. So I just doubled up the Anvs chart here. So Anvs came out of that halt and it started flushing down and going against me, but it never even got to my position level. And it doesn't matter anyway. Once I have this bracket order out, I don't touch it. I just leave it and I wait for it to either hit my stop loss or hit my profit target. I did trading for about 5 or 6 months in the pre-market using this method, or the criteria was slightly different, but the 2-hour trading method was what I was doing. And it just, if I tried to manage the trades and come down below 2R because maybe the stock was choppy, I just ended up red in the long run doing that. And after 5 or 6 months of sticking to the plan, I showed that I'm profitable when I let the price go to 2R or let it go down to my stop. So that's what I'm doing here. And this is still test trading, you know, at the market open. So these are just 1 share trades. So just going through and making sure that I think the Anvs order was filled, because if you looked at the chart, it's kind of weird. Obviously it hit my profit target, but over here you could still see the stop loss and profit target. So I just wanted to make sure that that trade got filled, and it did. So this is just a little like graphical error. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet now. So we won 2 trades and lost 1. So our win rate for today is 66.67%. And that brings the average of these numbers is 83.34, but the average of all the trades I've taken so far is 75%. There's been no errors, so those numbers match. The more trades I take, the closer these three numbers should get. And then you could average those numbers if you want. So there's the red trade with Metx right there. And the other two trades, Envb and Anvs. So Anvs was actually a pretty nice little trade. Even though this is just a test trade with one share, I was still able to make like almost $4 off of that trade. Not really trying to make P&L while I'm test trading. I'm just trying to collect win rate data. If I can get above 33% at the end of this, then that means that this method is profitable. And ideally, we want to be above 40%, closer to 50%. That way there's a little bit of a cushion there. So that's it. Hopefully this video was helpful to you. If it was, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, have a plan going into every single trade. And always take your stop losses no matter what. Honor your profit target. And in the long run, you should be green. Take care.